I'm Sailor Eric, and I have a lot of new video to share with you today, captured while I was sailing during the start of the Chicago race to Mackinac Island on July 13th, 2024. First, however, I'd like to go over some history and some general overview of the race. So hang in there or fast forward to see some spectacular video of the racer's starts. Before we proceed, it would help me a lot if you could press that like button down below and perhaps subscribe to the channel. This will certainly motivate future videos and content. The race to Mackinac Island is the longest freshwater race in the world at 333 statute miles, which translates to 289 nautical miles. The race was founded in 1898 by the Chicago Yacht Club, and at that time, the Yacht Club had experienced a decline in membership over a period of 15 years. They went down to some 6 members and 2 yachts. The idea of hosting this race occurred, and that drove up membership up to about 60 members and 16 yachts, so quite an increase. The main 2 sloops that participated were Venena at 64 feet and Siren at 59.6 feet. There were also 3 schooners that participated, but the main rivalry, the main event, was the race between those 2 sloops. Venena proved victorious at 52 hours and 18 minutes, while Siren finished 37 minutes later. Today, there are between 200 and 300 sailboats participating. At last count, I saw 258. In this race, the winner will likely finish in under 48 hours. Most racers will finish between 48 and 72 hours. A planning guide for most cruisers would be to expect making about 100 nautical miles per day, so the 48 to 72 hour range makes a lot of sense both for cruisers and racers. I brought up the yellow brick tracker from the race of 2023. This is a cool tool that allows you to follow the race. You can hover over sailing vessels and get the details of the captains and the size of the boat and the wind that they're experiencing at the time, which is pretty neat. A lot of details just by hovering over any one particular sailboat. You can use a search filter to narrow down the boats you want to look at on this utility, or you can search for a particular boat that you're interested in. It's very robust. You can see in 2023 the general progression of the race, where the first cruising division left on Friday, and then the main racing division starts on Saturday between 11 and 1 p.m., 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. As the racers make their way north, they have discretion around using the entire lake based on the wind and the lake conditions. They make their way up to the Mackinac Island, which is up here. But the further north they tend to get funneled together. Most racers do end up getting funneled into this Manitou Passage, which I'm trying to zoom into here. You can see that this passage is where most of the racers will end up going through, and that is a bit of a wind trap. I've sailed through there a couple of years ago, and it's definitely a place that you could potentially lose the wind. It can get blocked by these land masses on either side. It gets very narrow in that area because that is the fastest way to get to Mackinac Island as opposed to detouring around those islands. You can see there is going to be another narrow passage right here named Gray's Reef, where all the other sailboats will have to go through. Racers can detour around that area, but they will have to cover a lot more miles to go around, which lengthens their race. It's a trade-off between going as fast as possible or going in the best direction possible. The racers finally go under the Mackinac Bridge before arriving at the southern end of Mackinac Island. The main racers will be leaving Saturday, July 13th, 2024. The cruising division would leave Friday, July 12th. Most of the boats will be arriving on by end of day Monday, July 15th. I'm now going to show you some video from the start of the race on July 13th. Just a reminder, if you do like this content, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel to view future content like this. Alright, so Vince, what's going on out here? Yeah, that was the second class, the second line off. Okay. How many classes happened? Oh. We're in for a long afternoon? Ladies up on the deck, Mary Ann and Pam. All right, so Bruce, you were telling me you're participating in adaptive sailing. What is it, the Judd Greg?
Judd Goldman Adaptive Sailing, and they're at Burnham Harbor, and they have a fleet of, I would say maybe 15 sailboats, small sailboats like full gates and sonars that are specially equipped to take disabled clients out sailing.
You mentioned the clients, so how do the clients get involved, or how do they become informed of the program?
Probably via the internet, and then they have to contact the Judd Goldman Adaptive Sailing.
Okay. What sort of disabilities are did you notice are beneficiaries?
Boy, there are a lot of folks who've had strokes, whose mobility is limited. We've taken out people, visually impaired people, and people in both manual and electric wheelchairs.
Okay.
National regatta for sailors, adaptive sailing.
Okay.
Sailors.
Do you know the date?
I'll have to look at it. I think it is weekend after next.
All right. We'll find that out and then post it.
Yep.
All right. Thanks. Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I hope you liked this 2024 Mac Race video. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for future content. Thanks for watching. Okay, well, I hope you liked this 2024 Mac Race video. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for future content. Thanks for watching. Hi there, I'm Sailor Eric, and I have a lot of new video to share with you today, captured while I was sailing during the start of the Chicago race to Mackinac Island on July 13th, 2024. First, however, I'd like to go over some history and some general overview of the race. So hang in there or fast forward to see some spectacular video of the racer starts.